A good day, it's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic. And one of the challenges that I see in our Western approach to healthcare or symptom or disease care, which is probably more an accurate way to look at it, is we always look at just trying to get rid of the symptom or the disease, the pain that we're in. Now that's human nature. We all want to feel good. There's nothing wrong with that aspect of it, but our approach to it can actually perpetuate the problem. So let me give you an analogy and we'll bring it back to health. So imagine that maybe you've been in this situation before. You've got a loved one or a friend or family that's been in this situation where they're struggling financially, to the point where maybe they're going to be evicted or they're going to lose their home or they can't afford food that week. And if you come in and just bail them out, just give them money, but don't give them a way to handle the solution, they're probably going to be right back in the same situation. In other words, if you just say, hey, here's $1,000 to get you out of this hole that you're in right now. Well, 3 months from now or 6 months from now, they're probably gonna be right back in that hole, or maybe even a month later. Versus saying, hey, let's talk about a way to start to handle your budget, or how can we increase your income, or how can we maybe sell some things so you don't have this debt hanging over your head, so you can have more of a long-term solution and start to build an income so you don't get in this situation again. And it's the same thing with our health. Now we look at our health typically a little bit differently, but it's the same approach. If you have a headache and all you do is just take an aspirin, you're not finding out the cause of that problem. Now, if it's, hey, I was out partying last night, drank too much alcohol, and you know what the cause of that headache is, I still would say don't take the medication, because you're just putting more toxins into your body and you're gonna make the problem worse. But if it's you're having chronic headaches, if all you're doing again is taking Imitrex or taking an aspirin, ibuprofen, you're not only not addressing the cause of the problem, but you're making your body worse. Versus going, okay, what could the things that could be possibly causing this problem? Could be my spine. We know 100% of the time headaches are connected to the cervical spine, the neck. It could be not enough water. It could be too much caffeine. It could be too much sugar. It could be stress. It could be a lot of things that cause that. So you have to start to explore and go, okay, what are the possible causes in my life? What might I be doing? And then how can I start to minimize that in a long-term solution? Okay, if it's drinking more water, what's my plan to not only fix the problem now, but long-term, so you can have a long-term solution? And that's where I think misses out. And it's human nature. Like if you have headaches and you do something, the headaches go away, it's human nature to kind of forget about that. In other words, pretty soon you're back to not drinking much water. So you've got to have a long-term solution. And I find this with people taking care of their spines. They'll start to get adjusted, they start to feel better, and then they stop getting adjusted the way they're supposed to, or they stop doing their spinal rehab because it's not front of mind. So that's human nature. So you've got to really look at a solution and a habit to handle that problem long term. And you can really create some amazing levels of health if you just do these little things and then consistently do those things over time. So if you think about that approach to health, it's not only going to help in the short term, but it's going to help huge in the long term. Because if you, for example, again, going back to the headaches, if you don't address the cause of headaches, and now you start to take medications, not only do you have the original cause of the headaches, but now you've also got the side effects of the medication. Now you've got two problems, and those are going to compound long term. So really look at addressing the cause of the problem, and then looking up a long-term solution, a habit that you can do long term to maintain that solution.